Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again on my blog, KendraVallone.com. Today's blog is about a product review of a totally new product that I found. But before I get into that, I want to kind of give you a little bit of history about what led me to it. If you're familiar with any of my blogs, you know that I'm consistently working on my compression. And when I say compression, I mean hitting down on the ball in a way that creates a buildup of energy that propels the ball into the air. Well, with the lack of compression, I tend to hit the ball a little bit thin. So, ironically, my new problem right now is hitting the ball a little fat or heavy, which is essentially hitting an inch or two behind the ball. Now, in comparing the two, between hitting it thin and hitting it fat, you might think that I'm just overcompensating for the problem, but in fact, that's not the case. Most of those problems actually stem from the same issue, which is an early release of the hands. So let me explain a little bit further. In a proper swing, on your downswing at impact, your weight's typically forward and your hands have not yet released. So that gets you a really good compression on the ball. Now when hitting it thin, at impact, your weight is still centered or forward, but about right here, 730 maybe, you end up early releasing your hands and you lift your body up in order to make room for the club to come down. So in turn, that makes you hit it thin or even top the ball. Now what I'm doing right now by hitting it heavy is something very similar, but instead of having my weight forward or centered, my weight's actually stuck on my back leg. So I'm coming down at about the same spot, my hands are realizing they're not gonna get there. So they throw the club head out to try to catch up with it. Well, because my weight is on the back, the club has nowhere to go but into the ground. So essentially, unless you can consistently find somebody to help you during every swing and push you forward, because that's what we're trying to do here is move your weight, you're kind of going to have to look for a solution on your own, which is what I did. So this is my new solution. This is called a compression board, and I'm really excited about it. There are a couple great features of this board. First of all, it's designed for you to place your ball here and be able to take full swings with it or whatever you needed to work on. It's also got different markings from like a beginner level, which would be 6, and there's 5, 4, all the way down to the pro level, which is really hard. Also, it's got some really good lines on it, so it's great on the range for alignment practice. And as you can see, I've given it a couple goes, and you definitely see where you hit behind the ball. So let's give it a go and see how it works. All right, so what we're going to do is set the ball somewhere between level 1 and pro. I've had this for a couple days now, but I still haven't mastered it, and I will admit the pro level is very hard. So we're going to take our regular stance, and the board really shouldn't come into play at all. It shouldn't. Okay, not bad, not bad. Now you can see that I did make a divot after the ball. So let's give it another go. So it really encourages you to move forward, but still you can see that you might hit the board a little bit. So it's incentive to definitely keep moving this way. I like to place the ball a little bit forward because I tend to drag my hands back and it can kind of hit the board sometimes. So I'll put it kind of between number 2 and number 1. The compression board is also really great for putting. The line right here helps with lining up the putt, especially if you're a person who uses a line on your ball like I do. So some days your eyes trick you and you can't tell 100% where the line is aiming. So to remedy this, we just have to consistently keep training our eyes to see the line properly, which is done by lining up the ball with a line like this that's perfect on the compression board. So you kind of want to stand above it, you can get behind it, and just consistently be checking to see if it works with your eyes. Also, the space right here, sorry, I should point, the space right here kind of helps to make sure you can see the path that your putter is taking. So some days you might be taking it outside, and some days you might be right down the line, which is what we're looking for. So let's give it a go. I've got the ball lined up, and I want to line it up with my line and match that with the line on the compression board. So what I really love about this product is that even when you take it away from where the ball is, you end up with a really great shot result because you're really able to visualize that it's still there. Now, some people might say, why not just put a hat behind the ball or a head cover or something to prevent you from moving backwards? But with the markings on it, it really helps you to see where your improvement is as far as where your divot starts. Also, your mark right here kind of tells you how bad you're hitting behind the ball. And then you've got alignment and the noise, which when you hit it, it really kind of encourages you to fix your problem even faster. But all in all, it's like 5 great tools in one. So I'm totally stoked on my new find. You'll be able to find it at compressionboard.com. So give it a go. Let me know what you think. Thank you.